Come on. Notice Proverbs 10 and 21b. I'm interested in the B clause. Notice Proverbs 10 and 21b. But fools die for lack of what? Wisdom. Now listen, the wisdom that the fool is going to die from is a lack of divine wisdom. For a lack of godly wisdom, the fool dies. What does it mean to die? Perishes. But watch this. The fool can also die in the sense that he or she lives beneath their God-given privileges. So when I could be the head, I'm stuck being the tail because I reject wisdom. Listen, a fool can be book smart or very educated, but can be in ruin because they reject God's word. See, listen, there are all kinds of wisdom. There's worldly wisdom, which equates man wisdom. And there are plenty of people who operate in man's wisdom or in worldly wisdom, rejecting godly wisdom. Therefore, they're yet perishing when they could be having life and life more abundantly. Woo, we quiet up in the house. Go to 1 Corinthians, the 3rd chapter. Long as I know you listening, you're being quiet is okay with me. See, you got certain folk that think they can outsmart God. Yeah, you got certain folk that God can tell them to do something one way, but they feel like, well, I ain't just got to do it the way the preachers say do it. Wait, well, you ain't just doing it the way the preachers say doing it. The preacher is telling you to do it the way the word tells you to do it. It's not about the preacher. It's about the preacher preaching what? The word. But you got some folk, instead of adhering to the way God wants it done, they think they can do something else and they're going to be okay. Yeah, some of us suffering tonight because we won't give. We won't give. But we think if we get 2 and 3 jobs, we're going to be okay. No. You can struggle with 4 jobs. But on the other hand, you can have 1 job, give God his money, and prosper as if you have a 2nd job. Guess what? Doing it God's way. How many hard-headed folks in here used to fight God in time past, but then you learn, I'm just going to do it the Bible way. I'm just going to do it God's way, and you better off tonight doing it God's way. If that's you, give him a praise right now. If you can be a witness that, Pastor, I fought him in time past, but then I started lining up. I wanted to receive abundantly. I started sowing abundantly. I just lined up. I used to stay weak all the time, but then I said, if I pray, it'll cut out that weakness. Men ought to always pray and not lose heart or not faint. I had to do what? Line up. But in our day and time, folk will talk about you for being word-based. Tell you too much in the word. Well, I wasn't talking about nothing spiritual. I was talking about something natural. God's wisdom covers every aspect of a man's life. Some of us, what we going through tonight, it's a natural problem. But if you get in this word, there is a solution to your natural problem. In the word is a solution for your family problem. There is a word in here that is a solution for your problems within your marriage. How many believe that? If you believe it, shout, show it right. But notice 1 Corinthians, the 3rd chapter. And if you don't understand this, child of God, you're going to get thrown off this year. Notice 1 Corinthians 3 and 19. For the wisdom of this world is foolishness with God. You have to understand the world's wisdom is foolishness to God. Let me tell you what the world wisdom basically is. It's thinking or believing something, but leaving God out. I'm just trying to make it as plain as I could. It's believing or thinking something, but you leave God out. See, Psalm 14 and 1 said, the fool has said in his heart, there is what? No God. So it's living your life like it ain't no God. is living as if you're not going to have to give an account for your decisions. The word says you're going to reap what you sow. But when you leave God out of that equation, that allows you to treat people any kind of way and think God's still going to bless you. The devil is a lie. You're going to reap what you sow. See, notice what he said again. For the wisdom of this world is foolishness with who? God. Do you understand that when people talking to you, you have to be able to discern, is this divine wisdom they spitting out, or is this worldly wisdom? Because if you get over in the wrong lane, you can miss your blessing. See, if you go to possess something because God told you you could have it, but then when you get there, the people try to explain to you how you can't afford it. That's worldly wisdom. Man cannot tell me what I can and cannot have. God already said. See, worldly wisdom will line something up to you to where it make all the sense in the world but biblical sense. Folks will tell you why you can't be delivered from something. Come on, and we'll give you case study after case study of people that always been messed up by this. Come on, somebody. But then when you hear divine wisdom say it ain't nothing too hard for God. Divine wisdom say that God got the final say so. Come on. You got to know when a doctor is talking worldly wisdom. You got to know when a lawyer is talking worldly wisdom. And you got to know when your best friend is speaking worldly wisdom versus divine wisdom. Because notice that if you get them twisted, you'll miss the fact that worldly wisdom is foolishness to God. Don't mean nothing to him. God can say he's going to do something in your life and folk around you can look at you like you crazy for believing God because there is no physical proof of how the thing going to manifest. But because you so believe God and it has been instilled in you divine wisdom, you keep speaking what God told you to speak. And you are like your father Abraham. You call those things that be not as though they were. You better tell somebody you got to watch yourself if you going to hang with me. Some of us know that's right. Folk don't understand how we talk because we ain't talking based upon what we see. We talking based upon what God said we are about to see. Anybody talking like that already this year? How many know that this is going to be the best year of your life? And you basing that on what? Divine wisdom. Going through stuff right now, but you ain't let that go. You ain't let go of the fact that this is going to be the best year of my life. Look, for the wisdom of the world is foolishness with God. For it is written, notice this, he catches the wise in their own craftiness. See, God will make folk who think they wise look foolish. I'm preaching to somebody tonight. What God about to do in your life is make somebody who thought they were wise and spoke against you, spoke against your prosperity, spoke against your happiness. You know what they're going to end up looking like? Fools.